What's up? So I've been reading James chapter 3, and I want to start off by saying this. James chapter 3 verse 13, it says, "If you are wise and understand God's ways, prove it by living in an honorable life, doing good works with the humility that comes from wisdom." So it says right here, if you are wise and understand God's ways, prove it by living an honorable life, doing good works. If you're really wise and understand God's ways, you will be doing some type of good work. What is this good work? Well, part of this good work is awakening others to who they really are. Awakening others to who they really are. A lot of people do not know who they are. A lot of people think that, they don't really think about the eternal. They don't really think about the afterlife. They don't really think about what it's going to be like when your spirit is out of this body. What you really are is a spirit, and you are a spirit inside of a body. Once this body dies, you still remain alive. Death is an illusion. Death was defeated by Jesus, and he proved it by rising from the dead. And that is what we too will do when we finally leave this body, when we die. So how does this help you in your everyday life? Well, knowing that you are a spirit and that you're never going to die, you're a lot more likely to be impatient. You're going to be less angry when things don't go your way in life. Just the small stuff won't even matter no more, right? You won't be focused on the temporary as much as you used to. Once you realize that you are a spirit and eternal being, you won't be really focused on the temporary like that. So what happens when you don't focus on the temporary like that? Well, you have more peace. You have more of a sound mind. And the stuff that bothers other people, it won't bother you. Don't be fooled by this physical world that you see. This physical world is only temporary. But what actually is eternal is the real you. And that is the you cannot see yet. You will only be able to see it when you die. And by die I mean leaving this body, because you can't really die, because you are a spirit that lasts forever. Well, why else is this information helpful in life? Why else do people need to know this? Because when you realize who you are, which is a spirit, and then you realize that words also are a spirit, and you realize that thoughts and ideas, they can only come from three entities, three spirits. They can only come from that. When you realize that, you will now have more of a defense when you hear thoughts, words, and ideas that are negative. Anything that is negative is going to come from Satan. Anything that is good is going to come from God. And you are the decision maker, and you are the chooser. Going back to death being an illusion. Death is an illusion, alright? Apparently we die every time we go to sleep. Not really, but we experience somewhat what it will be like. We kind of know that because the Bible refers to death a lot as like sleeping. So you no longer have to be afraid of dying, of exhaling your last breath, because it's just going to be like falling asleep.